Hi, hello, my dear competitive aspirants. This is Venkanna. Welcome to VHL Academy. Today, I am going to introduce one more faculty, Mr. Santoshar. So, he will take structure part. So, let us introduce yourself and take the class. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Uh, Hi, I am Santosh Kumar. I have done MTech from IIT Madras, and today I am going to start a structural engineering, structural analysis subject, which is one of the most important subject for various competitive examinations like GATE, IES, and other public sector undertakings. So let us start the subject. And the first topic is introduction and static indeterminacy. This is the first chapter. It covers the basics and to indeterminacy of various types of structures. So in that, the first topic is just give a definition of the structure. What the structure means. Structure. Structure can be defined in many ways as per a dictionary definition. For example, as per dictionary definition, a marker is also a kind of structure, a duster is also a kind of structure. But as per our engineering definition, so let us discuss. It is a building. It is a building or other object construction of several parts. It is a building or other parts construction of several members or several parts. It is also defined as it is an elastic body which undergoes a deformation by applying a load. Okay, and the next topic is an analysis. The next topic is an analysis. So what is meant by analysis? Let us discuss an example for analysis so that you can understand in a better way. There is a thread which is coming on a particular structure. It undergoes some response, right? There is a thread here. The thread means it could be in the form of concentrated force or uniformly distributed force, or it could be concentrated movement, or it could be uniformly distributed movement. if we apply or the structure is subjected to some threat, there are some changes will occur in structure, and that structure has to respond for a given load or threat. The calculation of that response, is nothing but analysis part, right? That is what the analysis means. And this process of the analysis is known as a forward analysis. The process of this analysis is nothing but a forward analysis, right? I think from this example you can understand what the structural analysis means. So let us write a definition. Analysis. It is the calculation of internal forces by applying a load, right? And the next topic is different kinds of structures. Are types of structures. So in types of structures, the first type of structure is, it is a solid structure. It is a solid or a massive structure. The example for solid or massive structure is, a dam. Or a raft foundation. The second type is a surface or membrane structure. A surface or a membrane structure. The example for surface or membrane structure is a slab, plates. And some other examples also we can give. And the third type of structure is a framed structure. Or skeletal structure. A framed structure or a skeletal structure. The example for framed structure or a skeletal structure is a building. Frames. Or it could be truss also. Okay. The next topic is the types of support reactions. Types of supports. Types of supports. In these types of supports, the first support is a fixed support. A fixed support. It is also known as a built-in support. It is also known as a built-in support. The representation of fixed support is as shown like this. The representation of fixed support is like this. The fixed support consists of three constraints, which are two are in translational constraints and one is in rotational constraint. That is like this. This is vertical, this is horizontal, and one more constraint is movement. It is also can be represented like this. It is also can be represented like this. Here, this is one reaction. Here one more is movement. So, from this we can write the total number of reactions. The total number of reactions R is equals to 3. The total number of reactions for a fixed support is 3. And the next support is a pinned support. The next support is a pinned support. It is also called hinged support. It is also called a hinged support. A hinged support. The representation of hinged support is like this. There is a hinged support. In this hinged support, there are two constraints. Both are translational constraint. The movement here becomes 0 because here due to hinge the member is free to rotate. So the reactions develop here vertical and one is horizontal. Here the movement becomes 0. Free to rotate. So it also can be represented like this. It also can be represented like this. Vertical, horizontal, and here the rotation is free to rotate. So the total number of reactions are R is equals to 2. The total number of reactions R is equals to 2. And the next support we discuss is a roller support. A roller support. A roller support. A roller support. A roller support has only one constraint. Roller support has only one constraint. It is represented like this. There are rollers. There are rollers. It has only one constraint. Only one constraint. Either in vertical or in horizontal. It has only one constraint, that is translational constraint. That is translational constraint. And the rotation here is free to rotate. Free to rotate. So, the total number of reactions are for roller support is 1. The total number of reactions for roller support is 1. The next type of support is a guided roller. A guided roller. And the next type is a guided roller. A guided roller. The representation of guided roller is like this. The representation of guided roller is like this. It has two constraints. It has two constraints like this. And one is movement. One is rotational constraint and another is translational constraint. It also can be represented like this. It also can be represented like this. Therefore, the total number of reactions are for guided roller is 2. The total number of reactions for guided roller is 2. And the next topic we discuss here is equilibrium equations. The static equilibrium equations. A static equilibrium equations. A static equilibrium equations. Right? Here in two-dimensional plane, the number of equilibrium equations are 3. The number of equilibrium equations are 3 in two-dimensional plane, which are summation of force in x direction is equal to 0. The summation of force in y direction is equal to 0. And the summation of movement about z-axis is 0. The summation of movement about z-axis is equals to 0. That is like this in 2D. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. The movement here it is m about z-axis. Right? And then we discuss in 3D, three-dimensional, the number of equilibrium equations are 6, which are force in x direction 0, force in y direction 0, summation of force in z direction is also 0. The summation of movement about x-axis is 0. The summation of movement about y-axis is 0. The summation of movement about z-axis is also 0. As per coordinate system, this is x, this is y, and this is perpendicular to this board, that is z. The movements are about x-axis, about y-axis, about z-axis. So there are 6 equilibrium equations are available in 3-dimensional. In 2-dimensional, 3 equilibrium equations are available, right? And the next topic is static indeterminacy. Static indeterminacy. In this, the first one is a static determinate structure. Static determinate structure. Static determinate structure. In static determinate structure, we define it like this: the number of equilibrium equations are equal to the number of unknown quantities. The number of equilibrium equations are equal to the number of unknown quantities is known as a determinate structure. A determinate structure. A determinate structure. And the next topic is indeterminate structure. Indeterminate structure. Indeterminate structure. Here, the number of unknown quantities are greater. The number of unknown quantities are greater than the number of equilibrium equations available. The number of equilibrium equations available is known as indeterminate structure. Indeterminate structure. Right? The next topic is degree of indeterminacy. The degree of indeterminacy. The degree of indeterminacy. Here, degree of indeterminacy is the number of unknown quantities minus the number of equilibrium equations available. The number of equilibrium equations available. The number of unknown quantities minus the number of equilibrium equations available is known as degree of indeterminacy. The degree of indeterminacy. It is also equal to the number of equations required in the form of compatibility conditions. Compatibility conditions. Apart from equilibrium equations. Equilibrium equations is known as degree of indeterminacy. Degree of indeterminacy. It is denoted by ds. It is denoted by ds. Here ds is equal to dse plus dsi. dse is equals to ds is equal to dse plus dsi. Here dse is the degree of external indeterminacy. The degree of external indeterminacy. External indeterminacy, where dsi is equal to degree of internal indeterminacy. Degree of internal indeterminacy is dsi. ds is the degree of external indeterminacy. Right?